Diablo Immortal is a game of grind where you're continuously trying to put together better builds, stronger builds, increase your combat rating so you could progress further and further inside of the game. To do this, there are things that are required that you do every single day. We call this the daily grind inside of the game. And it does take you away from some other gameplay, but it's essential that you interact with these elements so that you can strengthen your character so you don't miss out on more of the end game content and you put yourself in a good position so that you could actually be a solid player inside of the game. I put out Diablo Immortal videos here every single day, from beginner guides like this one or just for players that are newer to the game all the way to more end game content. But today I want to give you approximately 10 things that I personally do every day inside of the game. And this is a 2025 edition because a lot of changes have recently come to the game and there will be more coming, so this will have another updated edition in the future. But let's dive into the things that I focus on right now every single day. Before we go any further though, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I absolutely love this game. I put out videos every single day for it, and I hope that you guys join me on the journey. And if you want to see blog formats of it, written out blogs for all of my posts, go check out echogaming.io, where all of the content is written out in full form. Hope to see you guys there as well. But let's start out with my day. First of all, you click on the triple bar on the top, you'll notice this glowing chest. This glowing chest is going to take you right over to Nizza. Nizza is the keeper of your familiars. Your familiars are the pets that you get that go alongside of you and that do a bunch of things to help you out along the game. You have one that's your companion familiar, and you have all these bonded familiars as well. The bonded familiars can go out on quests for you to passively get things done and earn you free experience and rewards actually. So we're going to go over to Nizza. We're going to go to familiar expeditions. Now, at the time of recording this video, you are able to send out your familiars on bounties. This is a 60-day event, but I am crossing my fingers that this is going to be something that will be able to go on for the long term. I'm actually going to be petitioning for this because I think it's a great feature. But notice right here, a shadow contract, the sanctum, Towers of Wisdom. I can show you the Accursed Towers in a moment. We have one that can be claimed, the Shadow Contract. This is my familiar returning, giving me a bunch of gold, experience, and a bunch of gear as well. But you want to make sure that you send out your familiars on as many tasks as you can. So you can send your familiar out on 4 bounties. And if you want to send 1 familiar, it takes a full day. If you want to send 2 familiars, it'll cut it down to 12 hours. And if you want to send 3 familiars, it'll cut it down to 8, or 4 down to 6. Let's go ahead and send 3 familiars on this just because I am not able to send on many of the other things. So yes, we're going to send 8 hours. 3 familiars are working together to complete my 4 bounties. Remember, you're supposed to do 8 bounties in a day. Now, my Towers of Blessings, they are completed. If they're not, this is a great way to get extra rewards. I'll show you this in a moment as well. But mine are completed, so I can't send them right there. Shadow contracts are so annoying to do. So always send out a familiar to do your shadow contract. I have one more. It's an 18-hour contract. It's going to go. The Sanctum, notice my familiars are all on tasks right now. The Sanctum is the easiest of these to run. It's the one that I will always do last because it's so easy to do. And it is actually something that you should do every single day. Now that I've come over here, we've gotten everything taken care of and our pets are out on their missions. The timers have begun. Of course, you're going to want to check in at some point in the day to make sure that when they're done, you collect the rewards and you send them out on another mission. We're going to come on over here to the Rarities and Antiques vendor. It is a good idea to buy with gold. This is no pay to win element. This is just gold that you earn from the game to buy 10 mystery weapons and 10 mystery primary armor per day. Every single time you buy one, it costs 16,592 if you buy 10. Once you buy more than 10, it gets more expensive. This gives you the chance of getting legendary items, more importantly, legendary essences that you can use to complete your build. Now for me, my barbarian is completely maxed. I have all the essences for him. I'm doing this because it gives me more scrap material to upgrade my gear. Notice I purchased 10. Now the cost went up to 24,888. That is no longer a bargain. I stop and I move on to Mystery Primary Armor. And I get 10 of these. Look at this. We got a legendary right there. That is an essence for me if I didn't have it. If you're starting a new class and you don't have any essences because maybe you just class changed or maybe you're brand new to the game, great way to pick up essences right here. I actually just had pretty bad luck out of 20 pulls, only getting one. Oftentimes I'll get 2, 3, or 4. I don't buy mystery secondary armor or mystery jewelry. It just doesn't have the same value. Now what I'll do is I'll run over to blacksmith and I will make sure that I just kind of sell all that stuff that's in my bag. We don't want to be carrying anything we don't need. I am playing on the PC, by the way. I typically play on the phone, but I'm playing on the PC whenever I record a video. Now, also, you'll notice over here you have these icons. Boom. Complete 3 dungeons. Completing 3 dungeons in a day is super important. Reason being, 1, it gives you the grind. 2, when you're in a dungeon with a party of 4, you could actually drop normal gems. Normal gems are items that you socket inside of your secondary gear. Normal gems right here, secondary gear right here. It's important. It's a very big part of the game that a lot of people don't understand the importance of secondary gems or normal gems in secondary gear. All right. The other reason why these dungeons are so important is, check it out, it has a guaranteed drop of 1 green piece of gear. So once you complete 3 dungeons for the day, this resets every single day, you will get a free green piece of gear. In addition to the green pieces of gear that could drop when you're running the dungeons. In my experience, you'll probably get from running 3 dungeons, you'll probably get yourself 2 to 3 green pieces of gear, including the one that you get here, that's the drop. Now, if you want to run random dungeons, which is what I will always do, what is it? I can't even see because that's there. I think every 7 random dungeons, you get a free green from this, which is also quite nice. And if you want to run, and you're probably not at this point in time yet, but if you want to run the more difficult dungeons, you get every 5. Where is that? I'll actually show you from the random dungeon screen. When you come on over here to Party Finder, you can go to Quick Matchmaking, and this is how you can find people in a random dungeon. So here it shows, every 7, you'll get a chance, you'll get a bonus green item. You do a quick matchmaking, it puts you in a party very quickly. You can do a challenge dungeon, which is more difficult. You cannot follow in a challenge dungeon. You must do the fighting by yourself. They don't let you cheat and just kind of roll along with everybody. Every 5, I believe it is, you get yourself a green item, and you have your, double dungeon rewards right here as well. It shows you all the details of what you can actually get. So it can be overwhelming to run 7 or maybe even 5 dungeons in a day. But make sure you're at least doing the 3 so you're getting this free piece of gear every day. Keep in mind, this does stack for 3 days. So this could be a 0 of 3 and a 0 of 9 before you start losing the day. That's the max. You could not log in for 3 days, then log in and catch up on everything, although it would be quite time consuming. You also have quests. Quests are things that you're just getting rewarded for doing inside of the game. These will refresh and they help you progress your battle pass, whether you're on the paid version, which is a $5 per month, which is what I choose to do, or the free version of the battle pass. These tokens right here are your battle points and they help progress your battle pass, which gives you some really great rewards. Kill a lair guardian if I do a hidden lair, complete 6 elder rifts, gain hilts, open treasure chests. Notice these are things that happen just in the game on an all basis. Catch 6 rare or higher quality fish. These are things that you can just do because you're running your bounties or doing your open world grind. So kind of keep an eye. So for me, I know I have to open 30 treasure chests. So if I'm in the open world and I happen to see a treasure chest, I will be more likely to go open that versus just run past it because I know that this quest is in place. But we also have the bell. And when you log in, you're always going to have your free login rewards. All right. These, I do the Boon of Plenty. I actually purchase all 2 or all 3 services. I should say I either purchase 2 or all 3 services. The Boon of Plenty, I always get. It gives me a daily gift. It allows me to get normal gems, but it gives me a lot more than that, actually. It also gives me some orbs, familial contract, legendary crest, a couple of legendary gems, but it also gives me some important quality of life improvements, and this is really why I get it. Inventory expansion. Remote market access means I can get to the market from wherever. I don't have to go back to Westmarch to go to the market. And it gives me 4 additional market trade slots, giving me 100% more. And it enhances the stash expansion as well. So this is a $10 per month. It gives you good rewards and it gives you quality of life. You can stack these. I could buy a couple of them at a time if I want to. I think it's good value. It's something I choose to buy. You do what's right for you. If you want to be free to play, then you would leave this one alone. The Battle Pass I also get, and the Battle Pass is important because it's going to have a lot of stuff for you to get along the way, whether it's the free version of the Battle Pass or the paid. Notice the paid version of the Battle Pass has all these bottom tier rewards. The ones in the bottom are the ones that you get if you have paid for the Battle Pass. The ones in the top you still get even if you didn't pay for your Battle Pass, which can include gems, telluric pearls, and things that have some good value. So I personally like to purchase it. I purchase it, one, because I like the grind materials that you get. It also gives you a cosmetic that's bound to your class. A bound cosmetic means it's only available on the class that you claimed it on. And as you can see, I can only be unlocked once per account, and it was claimed by Echo Gaming on the Barbarian. I have this cosmetic on my Barbarian. If I class change to another class, it stays in my Barbarian. And when I go and play the Crusader, I don't have this cosmetic available there. But when I go back to the Barbarian, it is, again, available there. I like the Battle Pass, and I like paying for it because I like the cosmetic. And then I did choose this time around to get the Prodigy's Path. Gives me additional rewards. This would probably be, some would argue, the best value, but I would also say the least exciting to get your rewards from, especially if you're trying to be a low spender. This one is, I believe it's $20, and it does give you some really great valuable things. Orbs, legendary crest, aspirant keys, but it's also something that is, I'd rather get the Battle Pass, then the Boon of Plenty, then Prodigy's Path in that order. But while we're here, every single day you have the ability to get yourself your free login reward, even if you buy nothing, which is nothing big. It's their way to invite you into the market so that you could potentially buy other things. But you know what? Take advantage of it. Go get your free stuff. All right, what else do we have over here? Rare crests available. Every day you get 1 free rare crest from the Elder Rift. Elder Rifts are great to run every day as well. So what I will typically do is I will get my free rare crest, and I will run at least 3 rare crests in a party to get myself some additional rewards. Not only does it progress some of the challenges that I have to get rewards, here's my free crest, but also it allows me to get telluric fragments, which I can then use to craft 1 and 2 star gems absolutely for free. And I can get fading embers, which I can turn into a eternal purple legendary crest once I get 300 and something of those. Notice I have 286 of them right now. Once I get 300 and change, I can go turn that in and I can get a free legendary crest. So collecting a bunch of these telluric fragments is super important so that you could just consistently create gems that you may need for your build or for food for your build. So every day I'll run 3 to 10, either a set of 3 rare crests or a set of 10 rare crests in a party. If you're in a party that is also using crests, you will get more of those fading embers. I'll also come on over here. This is more of a Monday thing. Every single Monday you have the ability to come here and this shop refreshes. Make sure you get the legendary crest. This is a regular red legendary crest. It means it's bound to your account. It's 1600 platinum. Platinum you could farm for free inside of the game. It's important you buy this. It's going to give you a chance of a legendary gem that you could really use inside the game. It's a great use of your platinum. I would say go for it. And if you're in a warband and doing Helliquary and things like that, you can also buy the Eternal Legendary Crest for another 1600 platinum every single week. It's good value. Now, you have the ability here to go to the Horadrim altar. What is this? What is the Horadrim altar? Well, it's a big book that gives you all the lore of all the characters and all that stuff. Maybe you don't care about the lore. I'm not a big lore guy myself, but what I do like are the rewards that you get for turning in Bestiary events. Now, it's something that I actually have been doing less of now that we have the pets able to do bounties for us. But notice, you get some good rewards and battle pass progression from this. 40 battle points, and it usually will drop you legendary pieces of gear as well. You're able to claim that from collecting monstrous essence. Now, I just claimed it, so I don't have any to show you, but it is a circular, round, that's the same thing. It is a round, orange, glowing globe. You find them in the open world, and when you collect 10 of them, you come turn them in at the altar. You get a bunch of rewards, a bunch of experience pops out, and legendary items most of the time as well. So it's a great idea to collect 30 of those per day. But I know that's kind of unrealistic at times. Try to get yourself at least 10 per day. That would be my recommendation. Of course, bounties. We know that we sent our pet out on 4 bounties. They're going to be done in 6 hours. What I'm going to do is I'm going to accept these other bounties. I'm going to run them myself so that I don't have to send pets out on that again. And that'll be me having completed all of my bounties for the day. So that's a great thing to get done as well. Now, if you happen to be holding any accursed towers, really great way to get passive experience and rewards. If your clan is not holding any towers, then this is not something that would really warrant your attention right now, but it's something you should do because you could claim 3 of these chests per week, and the chests that you get from these give you some really good rewards. Specifically this one right here, I can get myself legendary crests. And with allowing my familiars to run the accursed towers for me, I never have to go in and run them to get these rewards. But even when it's completed and the chests are done, I can still click on this and check it out. We're getting free experience from that. I could do that all the time because this passively upgrades itself. Sending your pets to run this for you gets you that additional experience, just so that you can unlock those 3 chests versus maybe only being able to unlock 1. Now, running the sanctum is also important. This is one of the things that I said doesn't take a lot of time, and it's also something that the familiars can do for you. But I typically won't send my familiars out on this. This is where you get aspirant keys, which allow you to open up chests. So basically what you do is you come on over here. I'm not going to run it right now for the sake of time. You will go through this door, and you will run through the little maze. It takes about 1 or 2 minutes, kill all the enemies, pick up all the rewards, and then you come back out to here. At the end, actually, you will open up a bunch of chests. You use the aspirant keys that you get to open up those chests. Aspirant keys, I can actually show you. They are these items right here, aspirant keys. You get them as rewards, you get them for running the sanctum, etc., etc. Now, you use the aspirant keys to open up the chests, which give you these crystals. These crystals allow you to upgrade your Horadrim. Horadrim is important because it's more passive bonuses you get. Notice, damage, life, armor penetration, potency, resistance. All of these things I've gotten additional bonuses on because of the Horadrim. I try to focus heavily on armor penetration. Probably the most important for most builds. That could be arguable, but I personally like armor penetration. I will usually pass up on life if I could, which is why I spend most of my crystals on armor penetration or even some armor. Notice armor penetration again there. So this is a great way to passively build things up. It's important. You should run it every single day, whether you have your familiar doing it for you or you run it yourself. Keep in mind, when your familiar runs it for you, it runs a sanctum, picks up your 4 free aspirant keys, and opens up the first free chest. That's it. Only the first free chest. It doesn't open the other 4 in the first room or any of the others in subsequent rooms. So if I want to really go get a bunch of those rewards, I need to actually run it manually and go through it and go through all the rooms. And what I typically do is wait until I have about 400 of the aspirant keys, and then I'll do a full run, which I'm actually probably close to now. Yes, I have 789. I could do a full run, open up all the chests, and get all the rewards. Now, I also like to come over here to the trader every single day, and I don't have a lot of hilts right now, but I will always come and buy a rare crest from limited time first, and then I'll go to general and I'll see if I could buy anything else. The only thing that I will prioritize above that is the monthly legendary crest. I will always buy that first, or the telluric pearl that comes weekly. I will always buy that first. Most important legendary crest, second most important weekly telluric pearl, then I go rare crests. The reason I buy the limited time one first is this resets daily. General resets weekly. So I could keep like if I miss one here, it's gone the next day. Where these ones are still here. So if I happen to get a reward with a whole bunch of hilts, I could always come and get them from here. That's my thought process over there. It's also not a bad idea if you like PvP to run at least 3 battlegrounds per day. Running 3 battlegrounds per day is going to give you some additional rewards for those 3 battles. Look, enhanced rewards claimed for the first 3 battles. Not a bad idea if you like PvP. I understand that PvP could be putting you against people that are much stronger than you, and it can be frustrating. If you hate PvP, if it becomes something that's really annoying for you and it ruins the gameplay experience, ignore this. But if you do enjoy it, it's a good idea to do at least 3 PvP battles per day so that you can progress that as well. I want to go right over here. Terror Rifts are also really fantastic to run. Reason that you should run Terror Rifts, and these are a little bit more time consuming, is they give you Terror Essence. Let's see if the Terror Rift is actually in the zone that I just went to. It is. It's right here. Let's actually run over to the Terror Rift so you can see what it looks like. I'm not going to run it, but why run a Terror Rift? When you run Terror Rifts, they have the opportunity to drop gear that's better than any other gear inside of the game for you, or they can drop Terror Essence. Now, I'm going to show you what Terror Essence can do. Essentially, you go into this portal and you have to go kill 4 different spires. You're killing enemies. They're dropping the materials needed to get into those spires. Once you get through all 4, you can leave. From the chests that you earn from taking down each of the spires, you can get yourself gear, rewards, or the Terror Essence that I spoke of. So, when we go back to Westmarch, I'll show you exactly what we could do with that Terror Essence. Now, I'm not going to run it now because it's typically a 10-minute run. This is one of the more time-consuming things, but it also is something that gives you something that's very important. Now, when I come on over here and I go back to my bounties, you'll notice that I have the opportunity to upgrade my bounty. Let's take a look here. Whoa, I'm running right past the thing. Sprint is out of hand. All right, look. See these things over here? Terror Essence. I have 2 of them right now. Used to start an Oblivion Pillar, which has a chance to award Eternal Equipment. Eternal Equipment is better equipment for your character. Much better than regular equipment. This is important when you're trying to push endgame. So, what I could do is I could upgrade my bounty, spend the Terror Essence, and then it comes into, instead of 4 bounties to do, it's 1 boss battle. I then go, I teleport to that boss battle, I fight the boss and all the enemies around it, and I get myself, hopefully, that nice piece of gear that drops. Now, let me show you the difference between that piece of gear and other gear. So, this is a normal piece of gear. Notice my magic attributes, primary attack damage, crit chance, normal piece of gear. But if we take a look at this, check this one out. This is more of an eternal piece of gear. It has restrained. Skills have a 6% chance to pull enemies towards you, can occur more often. You could stack these up to 4. You could have 4 of the same. And that's going to really give you some big bonuses right here. Endure, look at this one. It has 2 magic attributes. These are those eternal pieces of equipment which have quite a bit of value towards the end game. Now, I understand that at this point you're probably like, Echo, this is a lot of stuff, man. These are a lot of things to do every day. And I get that. And I'm kind of going in order of importance here. But there are a couple more things that I think are worth sharing with you so that if you do have an hour and a half per day to spend playing this game, you could get all these things done and really be up to par with your Paragon level and really get yourself to the combat rating that you want to be. It's important that you check out what events are going on inside of the game for the day. There's special events all the time, right? So right now we have Tanshi's Renewal. This is just progress right there. Phantom Market, Phantom Gallery, Gemstones, Survivor's Bane. Man, you can get some great rewards. Check these out. These are all battle point progression. Remember, it enhances your battle pass. And these are game modes that are inside of the game that are fun. These are here for a week's time. I participated in this, and I got most of the tasks done, which is why you're not seeing them there. I enjoy the game mode. It gave me great rewards. It progressed my battle pass. Huge win. We also have Conqueror inside of the game. This is another game mode, one that I don't like as much, so I don't really participate in it as much. But if you were looking for those extra rewards are decent here. Decent battle pass progression, decent rewards. Some events have better rewards than others. And then you have Hungering Moon, which is a game mode that just dropped in the game today, gives you passive rewards just for doing normal things. You're going to draw your cards. This one is, you draw your cards, you activate these items right here, and it gives you these drops once you complete them. Once I run about, I got my boost right here. Who cares about the boost? Just use it so you can get your reward. And when I go into the dungeon, when I complete one dungeon, I get these moon slivers. Once you get the moon slivers, you could come spend them over here, and it's pretty easy to buy out the whole shop. You also get a Telluric Pearl, Legendary Crest. This is how you stack up on Legendary Crest inside of the game. You participate in these events. Then Legendary Crest get you Legendary Gems, and they give you that resonance power that you try and gain, which is extremely hard to do as a free-to-play player. Getting the resonance. By the way, I am a low spender. I spoke of this earlier, that I buy the Battle Pass, the Boon of Plenty, and the Prodigy's Path. Typically, the Prodigy's Path is not available every month, that $20 spend. So every month I spend $15. Battle Pass and Boon of Plenty. And then when the Prodigy's Path comes, I don't always, 75% of the time I'll buy that, which is another $20. So I probably spend $20 to $25 on the game in a month, which inside of this game is an extremely light spender. I've been doing that though, since day one, for 2.5 years. So that you could do the math and figure out how much I've spent inside of the game. Also, I've had a couple of people come through with some nice donations for me to buy packs inside of the game, which I've done on streams and things like that. But it's very difficult to increase your resonance because that is the pay-to-win mechanic inside of the game, which only will really affect you in like leaderboards and in battlegrounds. So keep that in mind. The last thing that I will say that is not a bad idea to run on a daily basis, at least the one that I like to, we are heading to right now. It's hidden and nestled down in the basement, which is, well, you can just kind of see where I'm going right now. Right down these stairs, you will find it, and boom, it's the Abyssal Verge. Very simple. You go on in and you have to run from one end of the map to the other, killing everything along the way. Definitely use an area of effect damage farming build to do this, and go kill the boss at the end. In doing that, you're going to be able to get yourself a bunch of the Abyssal Essences, which you then can turn into runes, which runes are really great because they are able to be slotted into your gear. This is a system to get runes right here, which you can then put inside of your gear, as you see right here. Obviously, you get better runes as you go, but you also, it's a great way to farm. It's a great way to farm gear. It's a great way to farm gold, and it's a great way to farm scrap materials. It's also a great way to get monstrous essence and things like that. Other people will say the gate to Erebon is a great one. You have to run through, open a bunch of chests, and escape before the boss gets you. I don't typically run that one as much. My personal choice. And then this one here as well, Gate to Vanguard, I never do. I just don't do it. And it's not one that I would recommend for your grind that you do. Again, people may have different feelings on that. That's just my personal feeling. Also, you have the demonic portal right here where you can do your Helliquary bosses. You should run Helliquary on Mondays and on Thursdays. It resets twice a week. This allows you to get rewards that you can then use to, well, go to your Seeker's Path, which is your progress. You can go to your Helliquary, which is right here, and it gives you these demonic remains, which I have already sold or used. These can be slotted into your gear, into your Helliquary, and you get additional combat rating, additional attributes for all of them. These are all additional stats that you're getting because you run Helliquary. It's a pretty good idea to get yourself in a warband of friends and to get these bonuses, because check this out. Look at the increase we get here. Strength, vitality, fortitude, willpower, and we got a bunch of these bonuses that's only in challenge rifts and in Helliquary, so I don't worry about that as much. But it does give you a boost in your combat rating, which is really what we are focusing on here today. You also have the Ancestral tableau, which you could drop these things into, which you typically get from activity, doing anything that's related to your clan, warband, or usually get a lot of that through Helliquary. Actually, I haven't done that in a minute myself, but it also gives you some more passive increase of stats there as well. Remember, any time that you want to go to the next difficulty inside of the game, it has a requirement for your combat rating. So when I want to go to Inferno 5, notice the combat rating here is 45,665 and it's red. That means I have not yet met the requirement to go to the next level. There are requirements all the way down, all the way into the hell difficulties. All right? You always need to increase your combat rating to get there. I have two more quick tips that are not daily grind tips, but that they're tips that maybe new players don't know. One, a great way, and that's an essential way to get power, is to upgrade your gear. If your gear is all sitting at level 1, I'm talking about primary gear and secondary gear, you are not going to power up. You need to upgrade your gear, and you need to use gold, legendary pieces of gear that were salvaged because you didn't need them. Remember, you keep the essences from the essence transfer. You need to use your dust, and you need to use scrap materials. All of these are found from farming. Go to the open world and farm. Run your bounties and farm. Upgrade your gear. You get bonuses as you jump every few levels, unlocking new attributes and new power from your gear. You upgrade your purple, or I should say this is purple because I've awakened the gear. That's another story, another video. But you upgrade these from farming materials. You upgrade these from running challenge rifts. The materials needed for these are these red embers. They are right here. The cryptic crystals, you get them rewarded in the game a little bit, but mostly you get those from running challenge rifts, which live right next to the elder rifts. All right. Important that you upgrade all your gear. That is not a daily grind, but that is a continuous grind for power. And lastly, you may notice that when I was showing you all of my activities, I haven't claimed any rewards. I'm sitting on them. The red dot's there, and that may kill you. It kills me. It used to. Now I just ignore it. I save all of my rewards for Monday, because every single week on Monday, the server paragon level bumps up another 10. So as you can see right now, the server paragon level is 680, and my paragon level is 686. So because I am above server paragon level, I am earning only a fraction of the rewards for everything I do. Notice, for everything that I do, I'm only getting 50% of the rewards. Now, if my paragon level were 680, the rewards gained here would be 100%. If I was paragon level 500 and the server paragon was 680, I'd be getting like 800 times the rewards. This is how the progress works inside of the game, and this is why when you start now, you're able to progress so quickly. It very much slows down. But the reason that I save my rewards for Monday is because when this resets to 690, let's say I'm still 686, well then suddenly my rewards that were only worth 50% are now going to be worth 130%. Those same rewards, these same ones that I just didn't claim yet, I get so much more value. So I save all of them for Monday, and then I claim them all on every single Monday. The only time that this is changing, the only time that this is different, is if the battle pass is about to end. Now, it is Saturday upon me recording this video. Sunday is tomorrow. Monday is the day after. If the battle pass were to end today, and I didn't claim these, I would lose all the rewards. So you do need to pay attention. I do try to give warnings in my videos when the battle pass is going to be ending. We have approximately 5 days from right now. Monday will come, I'll claim all the rewards, and we will get that big boost. This is something I do all of the time. I also, when I go get my blessings, I save all of my assembly rewards. Because in my server, 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock, or 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, I forget the time, every single night, I can go to the assembly, and I can go get 4 blessings from people. I don't claim those blessings. They come right to my mail. As you can see, they give me experience, aspirant keys, gold. They also give me a bunch of the marks as well for our clan. This experience is worth more after a Monday reset, so I save all of these and I claim all of them on a Monday. It will jump me from Paragon 686 all the way to 691, something like that. So I'm already above Paragon, which is why this red bar is going to be on the bottom of my screen instead of the green bar when you are below Paragon level. Man, that was a lot inside the video. That was a lot of things to do every day, and there may have been a little thing here or two that I didn't share, but all of this information is always brought to you guys on a daily basis inside of the videos. I have players that have been playing since day one in my community here, and players that are just watching this video today wondering if they should play the game. Such a wide variety of players, which makes Diablo Immortal such an amazing game with an amazing community. Hope that you guys decide to join into the game, enjoy it in the way that you enjoy it the most. And of course, if you ever have any questions, leave it in the comment section below, or check out my website, echogaming.io, that has all the tips and tricks as well. We've been at this for 2.5 years, boys. Well, the game has been out for 2.5 years. Channel's been alive for 5, which is insane. Subscribe. I'll see you in tomorrow's video.